Welcome, my fellow Knickerbockerians, and thank you for tuning in to this finals edition of Knicks on the Call, the number one place to be for live New York Knicks play-by-play with me, your host, Severe Elder. This program is brought to you by Selfie Cast Studio, streaming live to YouTube and Twitch TV. It's game time! Tonight's finals matchup features your New York Knicks versus the San Antonio Spurs. Tonight, the bright lights return to Madison Square Garden for its first NBA Finals game in nearly 3 decades, and the stakes couldn't be higher. The New York Knicks are 2 wins away from ending a championship drought that stretches back to 1973, carrying a 2-0 series lead and a remarkable postseason winning streak into Game 3. But standing in their way is a young, hungry San Antonio Spurs squad led by the phenomenal Victor Wembanyama. The Spurs have battled through adversity all postseason, yet now they face their toughest challenge, winning on the biggest stage in basketball while staring down the possibility of a 3-0 deficit. For New York, it all starts with Jalen Brunson, the undersized superstar who continues to silence every doubter with his leadership, toughness, and clutch performances. Alongside Karl Anthony Towns and a relentless supporting cast, the Knicks have found ways to win every kind of game imaginable. The Garden tonight will be electric. The fans have waited a generation for this moment. The Spurs are fighting for survival. The Knicks, they're chasing history. Game 3 of the NBA Finals is next. Knicks, Spurs, the world's most famous arena, and a championship dream hanging in the balance. So keep it right here, Knickerbockerians. Get ready to lock in. You're rocking steady with Knicks on the Call. All right, my fellow Knickerbockerians, as we're soon going to get things underway. As soon as we get the formalities out of the way, we'll have the player introductions and tip-off will follow momentarily. If you're just tuning in, you found Knicks on the Call, the number one place to be for live New York Knicks play-by-play with me, your host, Severe Elder. I want to thank you for tuning in. To show your support, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Knickerbockerians, I want you to tap in with me. Drop your score predictions right now. We're calling Knicks games live. Every play, every run, and everything in between. So stay locked in. Once again, tap in with me in the chat or leave your comments below. Let me know how this one is going to shake out. I want to hear you tell it. Knicks look to go up 3-0. The pivotal 3-0 where no team has ever come back in NBA history from being 3 games down to nothing, which makes this an even more intriguing matchup. How will the Spurs come out? Will they look to exercise Wemby's dominance early? Or will Karl Anthony Towns, who's been doing a fantastic job on a defensive end, thwart Wemby's efforts? Or will it be the dynamic guards of the Spurs, De'Aaron Fox, Stephon Castle, and the rookie Dylan Harper, trying to nullify the heroics of the one and only Jalen Brunson, Mr. Clutch himself, the captain? How will it all shake out? We'll find out as we get things underway. Keep it steady. Keep it locked in. It's Knicks on the Call.
Severe Elder on the beats.
You're now listening to Knicks on the Call with Severe Elder, brought to you by Selfie Cast Studio, a broadcasting company. You're now listening to Knicks on the Call with Severe Elder, brought to you by Selfie Cast Studio, a broadcasting company.
All right, Knickerbockers, the introductions have been made. The players are taking the floor in what should be an amazing night of high-level professional basketball. As the tip will be underway momentarily. Let's take a look at the officials tonight on the call. Veteran Mark Davis, John Goebel, Curtis Blair, and Nick Buckert. Here's the tip, and San Antonio will start out with the possession. Here's Castle over to Wembanyama. Spurs into their offensive action. De'Aaron Fox penetrating on the baseline. Gets it out to Wemby. Try to force a pass inside. It's deflected. Ends up in De'Aaron Fox's hand for a corner three. No good. Rebound, Josh Hart. Here's Brunson into the front court. Putting pressure on the rim early. Jump in the middle of the lane. Short. No good. Spurs the other way. Here's Vassell over to Wembanyama. Gets it over to Castle, working three-point line extended. Gets a switch. Sees a double. Picks up his dribble. Gets off the ball. Swing. Pass ends up in Vassell. Hands over to De'Aaron Fox, looking to create something. Puts a shot up. No good. Rebound call. Anthony Towns.
Pounding and astounding.
Knicks the other way. Here's Mikal Bridges, being guarded tightly by Stephon Castle. Gets it over to OG. Pass goes awry and out of bounds. It'll be a Knick turnover. Early turnover in this one. Here's Stephon Castle, looking to put pressure on the rim. Drives in on Cat. Kicks it out to De'Aaron Fox. Gets in the middle of the lane. Throws an alley-oop pass to Wembanyama, who stuffs it down with two hands in the middle of the paint. Here's Josh Hart into the front court, being swarmed by Champagnie. Gets a switch on to Castle and tries to find Bridges. A little discombobulation, and the Knicks have two turnovers so far early in this one. 2-0 San Antonio Spurs early in the first. Here's Stephon Castle, looking to penetrate. Gets it into Wembanyama, who slams it all over OG Anunoby, showing his big presence, and we have another Knick turnover. Nope, Knicks get it back, ends up in OG hands, inside, drops it off to Hart, who gets it out to Bridges. Looking to shoot a three-pointer, is blocked by the long arms of the law, Wembanyama. Here comes the Spurs the other way. Here's Fox, inside, gets it over to for Vassell. Three on the right wing is up and good. as the Spurs open up a 7-0 lead early in this one. Here's Jalen Brunson. Gets it over to Karl Anthony Towns, looking to go to work on Champagnie. Gets it over to a wide open Hart, who's left open on the left wing and knocks it down.
Rising and surprising.
3-point basket that time by Josh Hart, as they're showing him no respect early. Here's the Spurs into the front court. Castle inside, draws a foul and gets the and one to go, as he drove it strong and hard into the paint that time. He'll go to the line looking to complete the 3-point play. Spurs up 9-3. As the Knicks look a little bit out of sync in the first couple of possessions of this one. Free throw attempt is up, rattles around in and out, no good. Here's Brunson into the front court looking to work on Castle. On the right wing, backing him down, looking to post, spinning. Turns around, fadeaway jump shot, gets it over Wemby, and Castle for the 2-point banker is good. Here's the Spurs the other way. And looks like we'll get a foul call. Reach and foul, as the Knicks a little too aggressive on that play. And that foul looks like it's going to go against Brunson. Well, let's see. Was that foul against Brunson, or maybe it could have been Bridges? Foul will go against Bridges. That'll be his second. He's replaced early in the game by Landry Shamet, who's on the floor with Brunson, Hart, Anunoby, and Towns. Here's the Knicks getting into their offense. And looks like we're going to have a turnover, as Jalen Brunson will be called for the offensive foul. Looking to blitz through a screen, as he ran over Stephon Castle. A little bit of flopping action, but he draws the foul. Here's the Spurs the other way. Castle finds Wembanyama under the basket for the 2-pointer. Spurs lead 11-5 early in this one. Here's Brunson on the right wing, driving past Champagnie, gets the shot up, and he'll draw a foul. And that should send Jalen Brunson to the free throw line to shoot a pair. Nope, he won't shoot a pair. They'll have it side out. They wave off the shot attempt. Brunson inbound, gets it in to Anunoby. Drives baseline on Castle, picks up his dribble. Gets the pass over to Hart, who swings it over to Shamet for a long 3-point shot, back iron, no good. Here comes the Spurs the other way. Over to Wemby, pump fakes on the 3, gets it back to Castle, who takes the long left wing 3-point shot, is good. Puts San Antonio up 14-5. 7:54 remaining in the first quarter. Here's Jalen Brunson, splits a double team, gets inside, flips the shot up at the basket, no good, as he was looking to create that time. And if that foul is on the shot attempt, Brunson will go to the line for 2. Looking to cut into a 14-5 San Antonio lead. Brunson at the line. First attempt is up, and it's good. Knicks off to a slow start in this one, trying to get everything to meld together, as they're starting off looking a bit discombobulated, as Brunson missed the second free throw attempt. Front iron short. Here's the Spurs the other way. Stephon Castle Operating three-point line extended, working on Josh Hart. Gets a switch on to Karl Anthony Towns. Weaving. Inside the lane, pull-up jump shot. Around the free throw line area is good. Spurs up 10. Here's Josh Hart into the front court. Gets it over to Jalen Brunson. Whips it over to Shaman. Shaman looking to drive on Wemby. Gets in the paint, pulls it out, kicks it to Josh Hart, who ends up with a wide open left wing three.
Rising and surprising.
And Josh Hart will look to burn him tonight if they leave him open like that, as Wemby on the other end takes it inside and draws a foul as he took two big steps, Euro style, from the three-point line into the lane and gets the basket to go plus the and one. This foul is probably going to go against Anunoby. Victor Wembanyama at the line looking to complete the three-point play. Free throw attempt is up and it's good. San Antonio out 19-9 with 7 minutes remaining in the first. Here's Brunson looking to get it across the timeline, working on Stephon Castle. Gets a screen from Towns. Whips the ball over to Anunoby, but it was deflected by Dylan Harper, and it'll go out of bounds as Dylan Harper is calling and signaling to his bench to take a look at the replay, as that pass that time was a little bit off by Jalen Brunson, as Harper got into the passing lane. And we'll get a timeout. And a word from our sponsors. You're listening to Knicks on the Call.
Severe Elder on the beats.
When you want to hear live New York Knicks play-by-play, it's Knicks on the Call with...
Severe Elder, yeah.
Yeah, severe, yeah.
When you want to hear live New York Knicks play-by-play, it's Knicks on the Call with...
Severe Elder, yeah.
Yeah, severe, yeah.
Severe Elder on the beats.
All right, Knickerbockerians. As we're early in the first quarter, we seen Victor Wembanyama go 4 for 4 from the field with 8 points and a block in under 5 minutes of action. As we get back to live action, Knicks will have it side out. Hart to inbound, gets it into OG Anunoby. Looking to post up on Castle. Turn around, fade away on the block. Shot rattles around and good.
Rising and surprising.
That time was OG Anunoby. Here's the Spurs the other way. Lob inside from Castle to Wembanyama. And he'll turn it over as he steps out of bounds. Court 50 feet wide, but not wide enough for him that time. Here's Brunson over the timeline. Looking to work on Harper. Gets it to Shamet, who gets it over to Karl Anthony Towns, probing on the left side of the court, 3-point line extended. DHO to Shamet, gets it inside, whips it over to Anunoby for a corner 3, side iron, no good. Here comes the Spurs the other way. Stephon Castle gets it over to Harper, being guarded by Hart. Splits the double team on the Jalen Brunson help, gets inside and lays it up with the left hand, is good. Spurs lead by 10, 21-11. Here's Brunson. Probing, looking to get inside, but sees Wemby and decides to bring him out. Pulls up a 3, dead on from the center, no good. Rebound Spurs. Here's Stephon Castle. Looking to, gets it inside to Wemby, who drives inside and he's blocked. On the weak side by Karl Anthony Towns. Here's Brunson in transition. Gets it to Anunoby, who spins off the body of Stephon Castle and stuffs it in with 2 hands.
Huffing and stuffing.
That time was OG Anunoby. 21-13, Spurs lead. Here's Vassell, right wing 3-pointer is up, and it's money. Give him 3. 24-13 Spurs. Spurs are shooting 5 of 10 from the field. 2 of 6 from 3-point land. Here's Josh Hart. Looking to get inside. Trying to work on Castle. Picks up his dribble. Gets it into Karl Anthony Towns, who draws a foul on Keldon Johnson. As Karl Anthony Towns was looking to post him up that time in the middle of the paint, as they got the switch on to the smaller defender. And that foul, looks like we have 2 fouls on the play. The refs missed one. An elbow from Wembanyama into the neck and head area of Jalen Brunson. Knicks have it side out, back to live action. Here's Karl Anthony Towns looking to exploit Keldon Johnson on the left wing in the box area. Kicks it out to Josh Hart. Another left wing 3 is a little too long that time, no good. Here's the Spurs the other way. De'Aaron Fox, guarded by Landry Shamet, whips it over to Keldon Johnson on the block, trying to penetrate on Towns, nothing there. Defended well. Spurs end up with the rebound. Here's De'Aaron Fox, crossover, pulls up on Shamet, shot is short, rebound Josh Hart. Knicks the other way. Josh Hart looking to get inside, picks up his dribble, flings a half-court pass to McBride, and McBride gets it over to Towns, who looks to penetrate, gets inside as he bodies Luke Cornett that time on the baseline drive. 24-15, Spurs lead. The physicality is starting to pick up. Flip shot by Dylan Harper is no good. Rebound Hart coming the other way. Puts the pressure inside the paint on Dylan Harper as we get some chippiness going on this time as Luke Cornett bodies Josh Hart to the floor after he made the drive to the basket. A lot of pushing and shoving going on as cooler heads have to prevail in this one. And let's see what they're going to call here, if anything. Looks pretty inadvertent. Either way, Luke Cornett ran into Josh Hart and he ended up on the floor with Josh Hart. Didn't take too kind to it. Got up off the ground and put two hands into the chest of Luke Cornett to say, "What is it, man, that you think you're doing?" As the refs will take a look at it, and we'll get the results after this break. You're rocking steady with Knicks on the call. All right, Knickerbockerians, if you're just tuning in, you found Knicks on the call, the number one place to be for live New York Knicks play-by-play with me, your host, Severe Elder. We're calling Knicks games live, every play, every run, and everything in between. So keep it right here and stay locked in. Hit that like button now and subscribe to the channel as we get back to live action. As we take a look at some flagrant plays that took place. The mush to the back of the neck of Jalen Brunson by Wembanyama. And when Jalen Brunson confronted him, he just laughed at him. As to say, get out of here, you little small fry. This is a big man league. And through it all, it ends up a technical foul on New York. And it'll go against Josh Hart. That sends Devin Vassell to the line for the technical free throw. It's always the reaction that the refs manage to get. They never see the initial offensive. Back to live action. Spurs lead 24-17. Dylan Harper three-point shot in the corner is no good. Here comes the Knicks the other way. Here's Shamet. Stop it, pop it. Long dead on three, no good. Battle for the rebound. Spurs come away with it. Here's Fox looking to get inside. Drops it off to Keldon Johnson. who puts it up and in over OG Anunoby. Here's Jalen Brunson all across the timeline. On the floor with Mitchell Robinson, Shamit Anunoby, and Deuce McBride. Here's Brunson. Fade away Dirk Nowitzki-like shot is no good. Here's Keldon Johnson in the Spurs. Here's De'Aaron Fox. Gets a screen from Luke Cornett. And he buries the mid-range jumper inside of the painted area. Knicks trail 28-17 with 2:15 remaining in the first. Here's Brunson probing. Looking to get inside. Flip shot off the banker is good.
Rising and surprising.
As he got it to go over the defense of Devin Vassell. 28-19, Spurs lead. Here's the Spurs as Harper gets inside with a monster. Two-hand stuff over Anunoby off the Luke Cornett feed, and New York just turns the basketball over. Deuce McBride looking to find Robinson, who wasn't looking. Spurs basket attempt is no good. Rebound New York. Here comes Anunoby the other way inside, looking to penetrate and draws a foul. And he'll go to the line to shoot a pair. As we take a look at this replay of the Spurs action, the Luke Cornett give and go ends up in a Dylan Harper two-hand flush over the contested arms of OG Anunoby. Back to live action. Knicks trail 30-19 with 1:26 remaining in the first, with OG Anunoby at the line shooting a pair. And Anunoby, first attempt is up and good. Second attempt is up, and OG buries it. Knicks trail by 9, 30-21. Here's De'Aaron Fox, gets it over to Wembanyama. Looking to go to work on Robinson. Good defense, kicks it out to Champagnie, who knocks down the top of the key three. Knicks trail 33-21. Here's Brunson. Gets it across the timeline, looking to put pressure on Harper. Puts him in the block, and then he backs it out with his back to the basket. Dribbling on the right wing with the left hand, spinning. Good defense that time by Harper. Rebound Mitchell Robinson. And battle for the loose ball goes out of bounds. And the Knicks will retain possession. They'll have it side out underneath their own basket. As things are getting a bit physical in this one. And Robinson gets the inbound pass from Brunson, and he'll draw a foul, sending him to the line for two. Give that foul to one Wembanyama. Robinson shooting 37% from the free throw line. In his playoff career, it's the lowest in NBA history. Let's see if he can capitalize on these two. First attempt is strong, rattles around, and drops in, as the Garden crowd appreciates that one. 33-22, 45 seconds remaining in the first. Robinson to shoot his second attempt. Shot is up and no good. Rebound Wembanyama. Here comes the Spurs the other way. De'Aaron Fox, Wembanyama, Champagnie, Harper, and Vassell is your five. As Wembanyama takes a deep three, no good. Rebound OG Anunoby. Gets it over to Brunson. Brunson Half court line extended, looking to work on Vassell. Gets the switch on to Champagny. Dribbling with the right hand. Looking to drive on the right side. Step back jumper. Is short, no good that time. Battle for the rebound. Wembanyama comes away with it. Here's Wembanyama into the front court. Crossover inside. Loses the ball. Time expires, and that'll be the end of the first quarter. San Antonio up 11 points, 33-22. As the Knicks really haven't found their groove as of yet, but we know them to be the comeback kids. We'll look for them to close the gap in the second quarter when we return. You're rocking steady with Knicks on the call.
You're now listening to Knicks on the Call with Severe Elder, brought to you by SelfieCast Studio, a broadcasting company. You're now listening to Knicks on the Call with Severe Elder, brought to you by SelfieCast Studio, a broadcasting company.
Severe Elder on the beats. Severe Elder on the beats. Severe Elder on the beats. Severe Elder on the beats.
Back to live action. Knicks have the possession. Alvarado inside the paint with a floater. He checks into the game. On the floor with Anunoby, Towns, McBride, and Shamet. As the Spurs, Carter Bryant knocks down a left wing three. 36-24. Spurs lead as we begin the second. Here's Towns' three-point line extended. Whips it into McBride. Gets it over to Alvarado in the corner. Being swarmed by Castle. Looking to penetrate. Gets inside. Hits him with a crossover. Gets the ball out to Shaman, who takes a three-point attempt, and it's negated that time by Carter, who blocks the shot. Spurs the other way. Here's Carter. Looking to work on Alvarado. Kicks it out to Wembanyama. Three-point line extended. Wembanyama between the legs. Picks up his dribble. Good defense by Caddy. Gets it over to Champagnie for a three, and it's off. Knicks rebound. Alvarado into the front court. Looking to penetrate on Carter. Gets it to Anunoby. Whips it over to McBride in the corner. Crossover on De'Aaron Fox. Pull up left wing. Corner three is no good. And we'll get a loose ball foul. It'll be against Stephon Castle. Knocking over Karl Anthony Towns to the ground as he went crashing for the offensive rebound. Ends up in a Spurs foul. Knicks will have it side out. Alvarado the inbound. And we'll have Jordan Clarkson checking into the game, replacing Deuce McBride. 36-24, San Antonio leads. 10:21 remaining in the second. Here's Alvarado. Gets it inside to Karl Anthony Towns. Three-point line extended. Drives. Kicks out to Anunoby. Deep corner three, and he'll be fouled by Stephon Castle. Taking a three-point shot in the corner. That'll send OG Anunoby to shoot a triple at the free throw line. As Stephon Castle was a little bit too aggressive that time. Knicks still haven't found a real groove early in this one. Anunoby. First attempt is up and good. Anunoby to take free throw attempt number 2. Shot is up and it's good. You're listening to Knicks on the Call. If you're just tuning in, it's the number one play-by-play show with me, your host, Severe Elder. You're rocking steady with Game 3 of the NBA Finals. As Anunoby knocks down 3 from the line. Here comes the Spurs. Here's Castle looking to work on Shaman. Drives inside, spin. Great defensive prowess there, but they'll get him for a reach-in foul. And that'll send Stephon Castle to the line to shoot a pair of free throws. As Shaman almost got all ball on that play. Here's Castle. First attempt is up, and it's good. Stephon Castle has been shooting pretty well early in this one. As Shaman will go to the bench, and he's substituted by Mikal Bridges. Your New York 5 on the floor is Alvarado, Bridges, Clarkson, Anunoby, and Karl Anthony Towns. As Castle's second free throw attempt is good. Here's Alvarado into the front court looking to get the Knicks offense started. Working on Champagnie. Drops it off to Karl Anthony Towns. Towns back out to Alvarado. Calling for a screen to draw Wemby away from the basket. Alvarado gets by Wemby. Stop, pop, pull up, jump shot is good. Over the outstretched arms of Victor Wembanyama, and we'll have a foul as well on the play as the New York City product displaying his prowess that time on that play. As we get an off-ball foul picked up by Karl Anthony Towns. being pushed to the ground by Carter. So Karl Anthony Towns will go to the line looking to complete a New York Knicks three-point play. Basket by Alvarado is good. Towns' free throw attempt is up, and it's good. Brings the Knicks within 8. 38-30 Spurs lead with 9:41 remaining in the second. Here's Castle looking to drive inside against Karl Anthony Towns, and he does. Gets that one to go. Spurs push their lead back out to 10, 40-30. Here's Karl Anthony Towns probing. Three-point line extended. Working on Castle. DHO to Anunoby. Anunoby looking to drive strong. Kicks it out to Clarkson into the corner for a three-point basket. Is good.
Rising and surprising.
That time, Jordan Clarkson knocking down a three-point shot from the left wing corner. Here's the Spurs. Stephon Castle. Three-point attempt right wing, no good. Rebound Anunoby. Gets it to Alvarado in transition. Gets a screen from Towns. Working on Carter. He's calling Mikal Bridges to the ball. Gets it to Karl Anthony Towns working on De'Aaron Fox. Towns strong inside. Flip shot at the basket is good as he balks at the ref looking for a foul.
Rising and surprising. Gyrating, devastating.
Was Karl Anthony Towns. Here's Stephon Castle the other way. Ball poked away by Towns. Knicks in transition. Anunoby. Wide open. Right wing three is good.
Rising and surprising.
As the defense turns into offense. Knicks are on a 8-0 run over the last minute and 20 seconds. And San Antonio wants to talk it over as they look to regroup. The Knicks cut the lead to 2. And we'll pick it up from there after a word from our sponsors. You're rocking steady with Knicks on the call.
Severe Elder on the beats. Severe Elder on the beats.
You're now listening to Knicks on the Call with Severe Elder, brought to you by Selfie Cast Studio, a broadcasting company. You're now listening to Knicks on the Call with Severe Elder, brought to you by Selfie Cast Studio, a broadcasting company.
Severe Elder on the beats.
All right, Knickerbockerins, if you're just tuning in, you found Knicks on the Call, the number one place to be for live New York Knicks play-by-play with me, your host, Severe Elder. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Your support supports this broadcast. As we get back to live action, we saw the Knicks never die, never quit, work their way back into this game, trailing by double digits throughout, have found a way to cap off a run that sees them only down 2. As we get back to live action, Knicks on a 8-0 run. Spurs will have it into the front court. Stephon Castle looking to work on Josh Hart. Surveying. Trying to find Wemby, and we'll get a whistle on the play. And it looks like it'll go against Karl Anthony Towns on his post defense against Wembanyama. Spurs have it. Here's Wembanyama. Spin around, looking to work on Towns. Stands him up. Shot over Towns. Spins around, in and out. No good. Knicks in transition. On the floor, Alvarado, Towns, Hart, Bridges, and Clarkson. Here's Alvarado. Gets inside of the paint. Whips it out to Josh Hart. Gets it over to Mikal Bridges. Ball is swinging. Ends in the hands of Alvarado, who finds Towns on the post up. Fade away, turnaround jumper is no good. Spurs have the rebound. Here's Harper. Drops it off to Stephon Castle with the 2-step Euro. Right by Josh Hart inside the paint for the 2-point basket. Keeps the Spurs out front 42-38. Here's New York. Alvarado will have it. Over to Towns. Back to Alvarado. Alvarado looking to get Towns a post up. Wemby playing him tight. Backs off. He takes a 3-point shot. Nothing there. And looks like we'll have a foul on the loose ball rebound. And it'll go against Dylan Harper. As Alvarado couldn't get the 3-point basket to go. Knicks will retain possession. As Stephon Castle putting in work early in game 3 with 13 points in the first half. Knicks will have it side out. Here's Towns working on Cornette. Takes him inside to the basket and puts him in the hole.
Driving and thriving.
That time was Karl Anthony Towns. Here's the Spurs on the other end. Harper 3-point basket, a little long that time, no good. Rebound Clarkson. Clarkson has the ball into the front court. Gets a screen from Towns. Looking to penetrate. Gets inside. Picks up his dribble. Try to get it over to Bridges, and it's deflected out of bounds by Harper. Knicks will maintain possession. Victor Wembanyama on the bench with 9 points, 4 rebounds. As the Knicks work their way back into this one. Jalen Brunson back into the game, replacing Alvarado. And we have a turnover by Josh Hart trying to post feed Karl Anthony Towns. Here comes the Spurs. Stephon Castle looking to work on Brunson. Gets inside. Kicks it out to Harper. Right wing 3. In and out, no good. Battle for the loose ball rebound. Tapped out of bounds by Karl Anthony Towns. Spurs will maintain possession. They'll have it side out of bounds. Castle to inbound. Gets it into Vassell, almost loses it. And it's stolen from Vassell by Clarkson, but then Clarkson turns it right back over. And ends up in a Stephon Castle 2-point basket, and he draws the foul. As he banked it in that time. Looking to go to the line to complete a 3-point play. Both teams a little loosey-goosey with the ball. Knicks have to do a better job in limiting the turnovers. As Stephon Castle has some choice words for Karl Anthony Towns as he stares him down after that play. 44-40, Spurs lead. Give him 45. Free throw attempt is good. Here's Brunson. It's a Josh Hart screen. Gets it across the timeline. Penetrates inside. Right hand flip shot over Luke Cornett is good.
Wheeling and dealing, gyrating, devastating.
That time, Jalen Brunson as the Knicks give up the basket. On the other end in transition to Dylan Harper. A little too easy that time. Here's Clarkson the other way. Gets inside. Blow pass. Champagnie for the layup.
Driving and thriving.
Here's the Spurs the other way. Castle looking to penetrate inside, and he's going to work. Doing all of his work inside the paint. Gives the Spurs a 49-44 lead as New York wants to talk it over. Too many paint points by Stephon Castle as he's making a living on the inside against the Knicks defense. Mike Brown has to clean that up on the other side of this break. You're listening to Knicks on the Call.
When you want to hear live New York Knicks play-by-play, it's Knicks on the Call with...
Severe Elder, yeah.
Yeah, severe, yeah.
When you want to hear live New York Knicks play-by-play, it's Knicks on the Call with...
Severe Elder, yeah.
Yeah, severe, yeah.
Severe Elder on the beats.
All right, Knickerbockerins, be sure to tap in and drop your score predictions right now. Leave it on scene in the comments below. I want to hear you tell it. As the Knicks are in a mega boxing match with the San Antonio Spurs, who will prevail in this pivotal Game 3. Be sure to let me know how you feel about this one. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel as we get back to live action. Brunson and the Knicks will have possession into the front court. On the floor is Brunson, Anunoby, Hart, Bridges, and Clarkson. As Anunoby gets inside, kicks it out to Hart. Hart almost turns it over. Gets it to Anunoby in the corner. Left wing three. He splashes it.
Rising and surprising.
OG Anunoby. Shot is looking good early thus far. 49-47, Spurs lead with 4:30 remaining in the second. As Harper looks to drive inside and gets negated by OG Anunoby, who swats the shot out of bounds. Spurs will have possession. Here's Champagnie. 3-point shot attempt off the inbounds is no good. Hart the other way. Picks up his dribble. Hands it over to Mikal Bridges. Gets it back over to Hart, over to Brunson. Deep. Right wing three. 28-footer is good.
Rising and surprising.
Jalen Brunson puts the Knicks up 50-49 with that 3-point shot over Wembanyama. Here's the Spurs the other way. Wembanyama caught in the air, gets it to Champagnie, gets it back, pulls up for three on the right wing and knocks it down. Puts the Spurs back up by 2. 52-50. Here's Hart bringing it into the front court over to Jalen Brunson. Being guarded by Vassell, half-court line extended. Gets a screen from Anunoby. Gets the switch on the Champagnie. Left to right crossover. Between the legs, right to left crossover. Inside floater. No good. Battle for the rebound is out of bounds. And they'll say it's off Josh Hart. As Josh Hart points to his headband as to say, where's the foul on that play? Looking at the referees. Pointing to his headband all disheveled. Can't get a call. Spurs have been mauling the Knicks, and they can't get a call. Spurs up 52-50. Alley-oop from Darren Fox to Wembanyama on the neck of Mikal Bridges that time with the one-handed flush. Puts the Spurs up 54-50. Here's Anunoby going to work on Fox. Gets inside. Flips a pass. It's deflected, and it's a turnover. Spurs the other way. Wemby behind the back pass to Harper. 3-point basket is no good. And Wemby gets the rebound, tap out, but will have a foul as Jalen Brunson ends up on the floor, and he appears to be in some mega discomfort. Didn't quite see what transpired on that loose ball play, but we'll take a look at it on the replay as Rick Brunson on the sideline is signaling to the ref to take a look at it. Could be a possible flagrant foul as Vassell came through charging. Castle coming through like a middle linebacker as Brunson absorbed that blow, and the refs just might take a look at that one. Criteria could meet the criteria of a flagrant foul as we have an official review. Spurs up 54-50. 2:59 remaining in the second quarter. Be sure to check in with me, folks, at the halftime for the halftime check. Let me know how you feel about this one. Leave it on scene in the comments below or tap in with me on the chat. And the results is in. Here's Mark Davis with the call. Upon review, it was determined there's no unnecessary contact, and it does not, I repeat, it does not meet the criteria of a flagrant foul. It'll be a common foul. As Brunson went down, clutching the lower part of his back, as he tried to sell that one right in front of Mark Davis to no avail. Either way, it puts New York at the free throw line. Down by 4, 54-50. If you're just tuning in, folks, you're rocking steady with Knicks on the Call, the number one place to be for live New York Knicks play-by-play. So be sure to hit that like button now and subscribe to the channel. As Jalen Brunson first attempt is up and good. Knicks trail by 3. Brunson's second attempt is underway. Shot is up and good. 2-point game. 54-52 Spurs lead. Here's Castle. Across the timeline, staring down OG Anunoby. Looking to go to work. And the ball is deflected, intercepted by Cat. On the post feed to Wemby. Ends up in Josh Hart's hands, who drives it inside for the 2-point basket.
Driving and thriving.
Was Josh Hart. And we have a tie ball game. 54 apiece. As Josh Hart has 10 points in this one. Here's Wembanyama. Looking to work on Karl Anthony Towns. DHO to De'Aaron Fox. Step back jumper on the right wing over Bridges is good. Here's the Knicks the other way. Brunson over to Anunoby. Ends up in Hart hand. 3-point line extended. Back to Brunson. Looking to penetrate. Drives down. Spins around. Kick out. Swing pass. Ends up in Anunoby hand, who takes it in past Victor Wembanyama for the two-handed stuff.
Slamming and jamming. Huffing and stuffing.
That time, OG Anunoby. Here's Castle the other way. Gets the switch on to Brunson. Gets it inside to Wembanyama. Spinning. Shot off the backboard. No good. But he'll draw a foul. And that foul will be assessed against Anunoby. As we take a look at the replay by OG. Taking it strong inside. Getting past Wembanyama. Driving inside with the left hand. Takes it up strong. Back to live action. Wembanyama at the line for 2. Shot is up and good as he sinks the first. .137 remaining in the second. Wembanyama, second free throw attempt is front iron, no good. Here's Josh Hart. Over to Bridges. Out to Karl Anthony Towns. Looking to penetrate. Nothing there. Picks up his dribble. Finds a wide open Hart. Swing pass to Brunson. Brunson pump fake. Gets inside. Gets it back out to Hart for a wide open right wing 3 is good.
Rising and surprising.
Josh Hart making the Spurs pay, leaving them wide open in this game thus far. Here's Castle looking to work on Anunoby. Spins inside, gets inside. Flip shot at the basket is no good. Knicks in transition the other way. Here's Brunson. Pulls it back out. Whips a pass into the corner to OG. Looking to penetrate. Gets it over to Bridges. Swing. Ends up in a Brunson 3. 29-footer is good.
Rising and surprising.
Over the outstretched arms of Victor Wembanyama. Puts the Knicks up 62-57. Here's De'Aaron Fox. Takes a jumper, no good. Front rim. Rebound Towns.
Founding and astounding.
Gets it over to Brunson. Knicks lead 62-57, looking to close out the second quarter. 19 seconds on the game clock, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Brunson looking to work on Castle. Driving right. Step back. Dumps it off inside to Karl Anthony Towns, who couldn't get the basket to go, but he'll pick up a foul. This time it'll be on Victor Wembanyama. as Brunson creating action on that play. On the penetration, drops it off to Towns, who gets Wemby up in the air, but couldn't get the basket. And that'll send Towns to the line to shoot a pair. Knicks taking control of the game, looking to close the second quarter out strong. 62-57. 9.6 remaining in the second. Towns' first attempt is up, and it's good. And the Knicks, who hasn't really played a fluid game, managed to come back and take the lead, as it looks like it would have been all San Antonio, as they've played well, but somehow the Knicks managed to keep themselves alive in this one. Game 3, New York leads the series 2-0. As Karl Anthony Towns looks to take his second attempt from the free throw line. Shot is up, and it's good. Gives the Knicks a 64-57 lead. Here's the Aaron Fox, being guarded by Hart. Gets it over to Wemby. Wemby driving inside. Good defense that time. Shot. Game clock expires, and that'll do it for the first half. Knicks take a 64-57 halftime lead into the half, outscoring San Antonio in the quarter 42-24. And we'll recap it at the halftime check. Let me know how you feel about it, Knickerbockers, when we return. You're rocking steady with Knicks on the call.
You're now listening to Knicks on the Call with Severe Elder, brought to you by SelfieCast Studio, a broadcasting company. You're now listening to Knicks on the Call with Severe Elder, brought to you by SelfieCast Studio, a broadcasting company.
Severe Elder on the beats. Severe Elder on the beats.
Get ready to leave it on scene. It's the halftime check, live with Knicks on the Call.
All right, Knickerbockers, as we've reached the halftime check, you found the number one place to be for live New York Knicks play-by-play. It's Knicks on the Call. The Knicks lead the Spurs 64-57 at halftime after ending quarter 2. on a 13-3 run in the last 2 minutes and 49 seconds. New York shot 22 for 38 at a 57.9% clip from the field and 8 for 17 at 47.1% from 3. With 3 starters in double figures. OG Anunoby with 17, Jalen Brunson with 15, and Josh Hart, who chips in 13. Anunoby and Hart each went 5 for 6 from the field, with Anunoby shooting a perfect 5 for 5 from the free throw line, as Jordan Clarkson off the bench in brief minutes chipped in with 2 of 2 from the field, as the Knicks out-rebound San Antonio 22-19 and made 12 of 14 free throws. As we take a look, Karl Anthony Towns with 9 points, 4 rebounds, and an assist. As I said earlier, I don't feel like any of the Knicks have gotten into any kind of a fluid groove as of yet. They're not making it look pretty, but they're making it look gritty, as their relentless effort on the defensive end and the composure and the poise of the team as a whole keeps them level-headed and focused on the task at hand, where things look like it could have ran away and got out of hand. They managed to reel it and rein it back in through their toughness and grit that they've displayed throughout this fantastic postseason run thus far. As we take a look at the bench production, 4 points from Alvarado in his 5 minutes and 12 seconds of action is, I can't even describe the impact that he has just in those limited minutes. He's came in the game and just changed the complexity of the offense as he steadies the ship anytime Jalen Brunson is relegated to the bench for rest. He's done a phenomenal job. Words can't describe his impact that he's making in limited minutes, as the Knicks, who were trailing down double digits, rallied back, outscoring the Spurs 42-24 in the second quarter. But I want to hear you tell it, folks, good, bad, or indifferent. Let me know how you feel about it in the chat, or leave your comments below. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps keep this broadcast going. We're calling Knicks games live, folks. Every play, every run, and everything in between. So tap in. Drop your score predictions. I want to hear you tell it. Say it with your chest. How will this one finish? Will it be the Knicks victorious, taking a 3-0 series lead in which no team has ever came back from? Makes it do or die for the Spurs, looking to show some kind of resilience, as Wemby has been dominant inside the paint. But it's the Knicks who's fending off the Spurs with the lead in this one. How will it finish? We'll see how it goes in the second half of this one. Third quarter, when we return. You're rocking steady with Knicks on the call.
Hit the music.
When you want to hear live New York Knicks play-by-play, it's Knicks on the Call with...
People.
Severe Elder, yeah.
Yeah, severe, yeah.
When you want to hear live New York Knicks play-by-play, it's Knicks on the Call with...
People.
Severe Elder, yeah.
Yeah, severe, yeah.
Severe Elder on the beats. Severe Elder on the beats.
You're now listening to Knicks on the Call with Severe Elder, brought to you by SelfieCast Studio, a broadcasting company. You're now listening to Knicks on the Call with Severe Elder, brought to you by SelfieCast Studio, a broadcasting company.
All right, Knickerbockerins, as we get the second half just about underway. Knicks out front 64-57. The comeback kids have done it again. Being down early at the start of the game where no Nick had a knack, they managed to come back and put themselves in a position where they could extend the lead and even take more control of the game. But the San Antonio Spurs won't go down easy. They'll give it their all as their season is on the brink. As we get back to live action, here's the start of the third quarter. Knicks open up the possession with the ball. Brunson has it poked away by Castle, out of bounds, and Spurs will have it. It'll be a turnover to open the third by the Knicks. Stephon Castle. And he gets the ball poked away, but it's recovered by De'Aaron Fox. Flips it over to Champagnie. Looking to drive inside, left hand layup off the glass is good. Spurs 59, New York 64. Here's Hart. Gets it across the timeline. Being guarded by Champagnie. And will have a foul as he tried to feed Karl Anthony Towns with Wemby all on his back. And it'll be no foul. The ball will just be knocked out of bounds by the Spurs. Knicks will maintain possession. Brunson inbound. The Cat trying to find Brunson on a backdoor cut to no avail. Ball goes out of bounds. Turnover. Here's San Antonio. Stephon Castle looking to work on Josh Hart. Gets it over to Wemby. 3-point line extended. Looking to drive in on Towns. Puts a shoulder into him. Towns stands his ground. Whips the pass over to Champagnie for a left wing three. And he draws the foul. As Brunson took a little more airspace than he needed to on that contest, official will go to the scorer's table, looking to see if it meets the criteria of a flagrant foul, as Brunson will be charged with landing in the restricted space, not allowing the shooter to come down, as this could potentially be not only a 4-point play, but a 4-point play with the Spurs maintaining possession, as that basket narrows the lead to 2. Here's Mark Davis with the call. And they have determined that the closeout was reckless, and Jalen Brunson has been assessed a flagrant foul on the play. So count the basket for 3. Give San Antonio the extra free throw as well as possession, as Champagnie sold that call. It'll be 64-62 New York lead early in the third. Champagnie to the line to complete the 4-point play. Shot attempt is up and no good, as he back irons it that time. Excuse me, it'll be 2 shots on the play and possession, as he knocks down the second, pulling San Antonio within 1. Spurs have it side out. Inbound to Castle, being guarded by Josh Hart. Sees a double, gets off of it, gets it right back. Wide open 3-point shot is no good. Rebound Anunoby. Gets it over to Jalen Brunson into the front court. Here's Brunson backing down Castle. A lot of contact. Spins off of him. Weaves around. Gets it to Anunoby. Anunoby stood up by Castle. Kicks it back out to Brunson. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Brunson working on Champagnie. 3 seconds. Looking to get inside. He does. Flip shot over Wemby is no good. Josh Hart keeps the ball alive. Ends up in Jalen Brunson's hands, who knocks it down for the 2-point flip shot in the inside of the painted area. Keeps New York up 66-63. Here's Champagnie. 3-point shot. Straight on, no good. Battle for the rebound. Knicks have it. Here's Hart into the front court. Gets it to Anunoby, who gets inside of Castle for the 2-handed stuff in the paint.
Puffing and stuffing.
That time, OG Anunoby. Give him 19 on 6 of 7 shots from the field. Here's De'Aaron Fox inside. 2 steps. Flip shot at the basket is no good, but he'll draw a foul, as he was working on Anunoby that time. And we'll take a look at the replay of Anunoby. Taking it strong to the basket for the 2-handed flush. And on the subsequent previous play, Josh Hart battling to keep the rebound alive. Ends up in a flip shot from Jalen Brunson. Back to live action. De'Aaron Fox at the line shooting a pair, and he knocks down the first. Second tip is good. 20 minutes of action give him 7 points in this one. 68-65 Knick lead. Here's Brunson. A lot of contact on the perimeter from Castle. No foul. Gets the switch on the Champagnie. Hang dribble, inside, crossover, left, right, gets inside, picks up his dribble, try to drop it off the Towns, no good, intercepted, Spurs the other way, as Josh Hart gets called for a reach-in foul, as Devin Vassell took it strong to the basket that time, as we see a lot of ticky-tack fouls on the Knicks, as the Spurs thus far seem to be getting away with murder. A lot of contact on Knicks players that aren't being called. Knicks aren't complaining, they're just gritting it out. As Devin Vassell, first attempt at the line is good. Trims the lead 68-66. New York lead with 9:08 remaining in the third quarter. Second attempt is up, and it's good. 1-point game. Knicks to inbound. Bridges will have it. Bringing it up across the timeline. Picks up his dribble, being swarmed by Castle. Gets it over to Anunoby. Looking to go to work on Wembanyama. Left wing 3-point line extended. Pump fakes. Gets it into the middle to Josh. Josh kicks it out to Brunson. And we'll have a foul on some off-ball action. And this time it'll go against Wembanyama on the away from the play foul. Shoving Anunoby to the ground. Not giving him the freedom of movement. Knicks will have it side out. Brunson inbound. Gets it in Anunoby. Staring down Champagnie on the left wing. Drives inside. Wemby on the help side. Kicks it out to Brunson. Brunson fakes a pass. Finds Bridges in the middle. Whips it out to Hart for a 3-point basket from the right corner. Is no good. Here's the Spurs the other way. De'Aaron Fox weaving. Looking to get inside. Blocked from behind by Karl Anthony Towns. And it says the ball. Ref says the ball was out of bounds. As Karl Anthony Towns with the great help side defense on that play. Blocks De'Aaron's shot. Spurs will retain possession. Here's Castle to inbound. Gets it over to Wemby. Gets it over to Champagnie. Ends up in Castle hands. Ends up in Fox hands for a corner 3-point shot. Is no good. Rebound. Josh Hart.
Pounding and astounding.
Hits it over to Brunson. Brunson looking to penetrate. Flip shot inside the painted area as he draws a foul and the basket.
Driving and thriving.
That time was Jalen Brunson as he took it strong in the paint and absorbed the blocking foul from De'Aaron Fox. Awkward flip shot contorting his body, but he gets it to fall. 70-67. Knick lead. Brunson free throw is good. 71-67 New York. Here's Fox staring down Bridges. Gets a screen from Wemby. Drops it off to Wemby on the give and go. Wemby knocks down the 18-footer. Here's New York the other way. Towns, 3-point line extended. Working on Fox. Fox picks up a foul as Karl Anthony Towns looked to put it down onto the floor. Trying to drive to the basket was negated by De'Aaron Fox, who's called for the blocking foul. Knicks will have it side out. Brunson inbound, gets it into Towns. Back to Brunson, looking to work on Keldon Johnson. Driving left on the left side. Weaving, gets it up on the rim, no good. Rebound San Antonio. Here's Harper the other way. Vassell, right wing 3. Stop, pop is good. Spurs take a 1-point lead. Here's New York the other way. Josh Hart tried to whip a pass over the Bridges, and it's intercepted. Knocked out of bounds by Devin Vassell. New York will maintain possession. 72-71. Spurs lead with 7:20 remaining in the third. Knicks will have it side out. Brunson inbound Anunoby. Half-court line extended. Being guarded tightly by Vassell. Puts it down with the left. Step back. Pull up. It's good.
Rising and surprising.
OG Anunoby going into his bag on that play. Here's the Spurs. Keldon Johnson looking to work on Brunson. Gets inside and he'll draw a foul. Put him on the line to shoot 2. Keldon Johnson, 8 minutes of action, 2 points, 1 of 3 from the field. Looking to capitalize at the line. First attempt is up, back iron no good. If you're just tuning in, folks, You found Knicks on the Call, the number one place to be for live New York Knicks play-by-play with me, your host, Severe Elder. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Back to live action. Keldon Johnson's second free throw attempt is off. Knicks rebound. Brunson will have it in the front court. Looking to work on Vassell. Drives left. Flips it over to Hart. Hart, corner. Three-point shot is good.
Rising and surprising.
Josh Hart from the left wing corner that time. Here's the Spurs. Castle gets inside. Looking to put pressure on the rim. Flip shot, reverse style, no good. Rebound, Towns.
Founding and astounding.
Knicks the other way, and it'll be a turnover. Brunson looking to whip a pass over to OG Anunoby as the pass will go awry and out of bounds. Spurs will have possession as we take a look at the Josh Hart corner three. As the Spurs continue to leave him open and he's doing his job making him pay. And we'll pick it up after this timeout. It'll be Spurs possession when we return. You're rocking steady with Knicks on the Call.
Severe Elder on the beats. Severe Elder on the beats.
You're now listening to Knicks on the Call with Severe Elder, brought to you by SelfieCast Studio, a broadcasting company. You're now listening to Knicks on the Call with Severe Elder, brought to you by SelfieCast Studio, a broadcasting company.
Severe Elder on the beats. Severe Elder on the beats.
All right, Knickerbockers, as we bring you back to the NBA Finals. It's Game 3. New York leads the series 2-0, looking to take a commanding 3-0 series lead. Theme of the game, Josh Hart. Spurs are leaving him open, and he's making him pay. As we get back to live action. Spurs have the possession. Here's Castle staring down Josh Hart. And he throws a lob into Wemby. Couldn't convert, but he gets the second effort tip in. On the floor for New York, Josh Hart, Mitchell Robinson, Brunson, Shamet, and OG Anunoby. As Brunson, stop, pops, pull-up jumper on the left wing is no good. Spurs in transition. Knicks lead 76-74 with 5:43 remaining. Wemby drops a pass off on the fake shot attempt to Keldon Johnson. On the inside is good. Tie ball game, 76 apiece. Here's Josh Hart into the front court. Gets a Mitchell Robinson screen. Looking to penetrate, picks up his dribble, flips it over to Brunson. Brunson working on Castle. Stop, pivots, gets it back out to Josh Hart, driving right to left. Turn around, fadeaway is no good. Battle for the loose ball rebound. Spurs have it. Here's Castle coming the other way. Gets it to Wembanyama. Takes a deep left wing three and splashes it right in front of Mitchell Robinson. Here's Brunson the other way. He takes a three. Stop, pops, no good. Tap out. Shamet to OG Anunoby, who sidesteps, takes a deep jumper, no good. Offensive rebound, Mitchell Robinson.
Resounding, rebounding.
Ends up in Brunson hands. Flip shot at the rim is short, but Robinson is there to clean up the miss. Knicks lead, by 179-78. 4:29 remaining, as we'll get a foul on the shot attempt by Dylan Harper to go against Mitchell Robinson. They'll charge that foul to Jalen Brunson, and that'll be his fourth. Let's see if he'll play with 4 fouls, as there's plenty of time left into the game, or will he be relegated to the bench? Brunson in 26 minutes has 20 points and 4 fouls to go with it. Dylan Harper at the line shooting a pair. First attempt is up and bounces around on the front rim and rolls over good. Gives San Antonio an 80-78 lead. 4:29 remaining in the third, as Brunson will take a seat with the 4 fouls. Dylan Harper on his second attempt. Shot is up and it's good. On the floor for New York, Alvarado, Shamet, Robinson, and OG Anunoby and Jordan Clarkson. Here's New York. Shamet will have it. 3-point line extended. Working on Vassell as he gets shoved. A little chippy that time. And as both players are clapping, as the physicality is starting to ramp up in this one. Elbow by Vassell, as Shamet didn't take too kind to it. And they bump chests, but cooler heads prevail. As Shamet goes over to Mark Davis, pleading for a foul. A flagrant, that is, as he took an elbow. As San Antonio has been pretty physical with New York all game, and there's no foul calls. As Karl Anthony Towns subs back into the game, replacing Mitchell Robinson. Here's Alvarado looking to penetrate, drops it off to Clarkson. Stumble, bumbles, almost loses it. Regains it, goes inside, flip shot at the rim, no good, gets his own rebound and puts it back in. Cuts the lead to 1, 81-80. Spurs lead. Here's Vassell, back over to Fox, 3-point line extended, being guarded by Clarkson. Whips it over to the corner to Keldon Johnson. Looking to post up Shamet. Getting pretty physical, and they'll call a foul. This time it'll go against Landry Shamet. And the foul disparity, not quite sure what it is. I have to look at the box score, but from the naked eye, it looks egregious. As San Antonio is getting all the ticky-tack fouls, and the Knicks, who are being mauled off the ball and on ball, aren't getting any love from the referees in this one. But credit the New York Knicks for not losing their cool. They're not complaining. They're sucking it up. And they're managing to play with poise as Keldon Johnson splits a pair. Spurs lead 82-80. Here's Alvarado into the front court over to OG Anunoby, and we'll get a whistle on the play. This time they'll get Keldon Johnson a little too aggressive on the screen, clutching and grabbing that time. It'll send OG Anunoby to the line for a pair of free throws. As Anunoby's first attempt is up, and it's good. A lot of grabbing and holding. Knicks finally get a call. As Anunoby, second attempt is up. Back iron, no good. Spurs lead 82-81. Here's Dylan Harper. Gets it into the front court, looking to penetrate on Towns. Drives inside, flip shot at the basket with the right hand is good. Here's New York the other way. Alvarado gets it to Towns. Pump fakes on a deep three. Euro step inside, flips it up at the basket, no good. Rebound Spurs. Here's Keldon Johnson looking to penetrate on Shamet. Great defense that time. Great help defense by Karl Anthony Towns. Takes the ball away. It's a Spurs turnover. Here's Alvarado getting inside. Takes a bump. No foul from De'Aaron Fox. Flip shot is no good. Spurs the other way. Here's Dylan Harper looking to work on OG. Stop. Pops. Little flip shot. Short jumper is no good. Rebound Luke Cornett. And he'll go to the line as he was battling Karl Anthony Towns that time, and hits the floor hard. And that'll put Cornett at the line for a pair of free throws. Right now the Spurs have a 3-point lead with Luke Cornett shooting a pair when we return. You're rocking steady with Knicks on the call.
When you want to hear live New York Knicks play-by-play, it's Knicks on the Call with...
Oh, that's Severe Elder, yeah.
Yeah, severe, yeah.
When you want to hear live New York Knicks play-by-play, it's Knicks on the Call with...
Oh, that's Severe Elder, yeah.
Yeah, severe, yeah.
Severe Elder on the beats.
All right, Knickerbockerins, if you're just tuning in, you found Knicks on the Call, the #1 play-by-play show with me, Severe Elder, calling Knicks games live, every play, every run, and everything in between. So stay locked in, folks. Be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. It costs you nothing to subscribe, and your support helps keep this broadcast going. You're rocking steady. It's the finals. Game 3. Spurs, Knicks. Knicks lead the series 2-0. Coming out of the break, we have Luke Kornet at the line shooting 2. As the first shot is up, and it's good. Second attempt is good. Spurs have a 5-point lead, 86-81. On the floor for the Knicks, Alvarado, Clarkson, Bridges, Towns, and Shamet. Here's Towns. Operating three-point line extended. Gets it over to Alvarado. Gets inside. Whips a pass over in the corner to Shamet. Three-point shot is up and good.
Rising, that's surprising.
Landry Shamet with the right wing corner 3. Here's Castle. Looking to work on Bridges. Gets it over to Champagnie. Back to Castle. Gets a screen from Kornet. Here's Castle. Probing. Whips it out to Harper. Whip pass to Champagnie for a straight on 3 is good. Here comes the Knicks the other way. Down by 5. Alvarado almost loses the ball. Here's Clarkson in the corner, looking to penetrate on Kornet. Gets it inside, flip shot at the rim, rolls around, no good. But Karl Anthony Towns
Resounding, rebounding.
there to clean up the miss in the putback. Brings the Knicks within 3, 89-86. Champagnie again. 3-point basket, rattles around the rim, no good. Battle for the loose ball, ends up with Alvarado. Gets it over to Shamet. Shamet into the front court, working on Fox. Gets it over to Karl Anthony Towns, working on Castle. Sees a double. Probing. He's being swarmed. No foul. A lot of handsiness. Gets it over to Clarkson. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Knicks gotta go. Clarkson throws up a prayer, and he get it to go from the left wing. 3-point basket is good.
Rising, that's surprising.
Jordan Clarkson. Here's Harper the other way, working on Shamet. Between the leg dribble, step back, 3-pointer, 26-footer is good. 92-89. Spurs lead as we're locked in a tight one. Here's Alvarado. 23 seconds on the game clock. 8-second different shot clock to game clock. Here's Bridges, who gets inside for the free throw line. Area jumper is good. Spurs the other way. Here's Harper, pulling for 3. Rattles in and out, no good. Battle for the rebound. New York has it, and that'll do it for the third as time has expired. It's a 92-91 Spurs lead as we head into the fourth. As we take a replay, look at the desperation 3-point attempt by Jordan Clarkson as the shot clock was expiring, bringing the Knicks within 1. 92-91 Spurs lead. We'll pick it up in the fourth quarter when we return. You're rocking steady with Knicks on the Call.
Severe Elder on the beats.
When you want to hear live New York Knicks play-by-play, it's Knicks on the Call with...
People
Oh, that's Severe Elder, yeah.
yeah, severe, yeah.
When you want to hear live New York Knicks play-by-play, it's Knicks on the Call with...
People
Oh, that's Severe Elder, yeah.
yeah, severe, yeah.
Severe Elder on the beats. Severe Elder on the beats. Severe Elder on the beats.
All right, Knickerbockers. Spurs lead the Knicks 92-91 at the end of the third quarter after a 14-5 scoring run between the 6:07 and 2:33 mark. San Antonio has 24 assists and 6 turnovers as they open the fourth quarter with possession. Here's Castle. Lob pass inside to Wembanyama, and we'll have a whistle on the play as they were looking for the alley-oop pass on the inside. And we're locked in a tight one. Anybody's game as these two teams have been in a slugfest thus far over 3 games. Here's Castle looking to work on Shamet. Shamet pokes it away from him. Gets it over to De'Aaron Fox, who comes up with it. Shot is up, 3-pointer, no good. Battle for the loose ball, rebound. And looks like we're going to get a foul call. And this time it'll go against Mikal Bridges. Spurs have it side out. Here's Castle. Lob pass to Wemby, who managed to get free on the backside and stuffs it down with 2 hands. Here's Alvarado. 3-point attempt from the left wing. Back iron, no good. Rebound, Shamet. Back out to Alvarado. Looking to reset. Gets it over to Bridges. Bridges driving right down the right side. Almost loses the ball. Poked away from him by De'Aaron Fox out of bounds. Knicks will maintain possession. 5 on the floor is Alvarado, Bridges, Clarkson, Shamet, and Karl Anthony Towns. Is your 5 for New York. Knicks will have it side out. Bridges to inbound. Gets it into Jordan Clarkson. Spins with the shot clock winding down. Good contest by Vassell as he comes up with an air ball. Here's Wemby with it. Gets it over to Fox. Fox with an aggressive move. Inside, but is rejected by Clarkson, and they'll call a foul on the play. Once again, Spurs getting a ton of calls in this one. Sending De'Aaron Fox to the line to shoot a pair. 94-91. San Antonio lead. De'Aaron Fox first attempt is up and good. Puts the Spurs up by 4. Second attempt is up. And De'Aaron Fox knocks down a pair, put the Spurs up 5. 96-91 San Antonio. Is Alvarado into the front court. Off-ball action ends up with Shamet on the floor. No foul. And here's Clarkson. Turnover. Gets it stolen by De'Aaron Fox. Bridges back the other way. Hustling. Almost gets it right back to no avail. As Alvarado goes crashing into the fans sitting courtside. Almost knocked the head off of the former mayor of New York City, Mayor Scumbag Bloomberg. And the Spurs will have it. Side out. It's a 96-91 Spurs lead, 10:36 to go in the fourth quarter. De'Aaron Fox the inbound. Gets it to Wemby. Wemby looking to work on Towns. Almost turns it over. Looking to find Vassell on the bailout pass. Pass is deflected out of bounds by Landry Shamet. Spurs will retain possession. Vassell the inbound. Gets it into Wemby. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Wemby between the leg dribble. Hang dribble. Looking to go to work on Towns. Great defense there as he kicks it over to De'Aaron Fox for a three. Short. Rebound Castle. Try to get it back up on the rim. No good. It's negated by Mikal Bridges. Knicks into the front court. Here's Josh Hart. Looking to work on Vassell. Three-point line extended. Gets it over to Bridges. Bridges looking to work on Keldon Johnson. Knicks spacing the floor. Bridges left to right crossover. Gets inside. Whips it to Shamet. Shamet pulls a three-point shot because the shot clock was winding down. No good that time. As the Spurs in transition. Inside the Fox. Back out to Wemby. Wemby being guarded by Alvarado. Whips the pass over. Ends up in a Castle three. No good. Knicks the other way. And it leaves Shamet wide open, but he couldn't get it to fall on the left wing corner three. Battle for the loose ball ensues. Spurs will have it. Gets it to Wemby into the front court, and he's fouled. And the foul will go against Landry Shamet as they were looking to get Wemby the alley-oop on the inside. A lot of scrambling, a lot of contact, battling for these loose balls, but no fouls. And Brunson and Mitchell Robinson set the check back in this one, as Karl Anthony Towns and Alvarado will go to the bench. On the floor for New York, Brunson, Shamet, Bridges, Robinson, and Josh Hart. Spurs have it on the inbound. Here's Harper. Gets it over to Champagnie. Looking to penetrate. Flip shot at the rim is short. No good. Bridges will have it. Gets it up into the front court. Screen by Mitchell Robinson. Working on Castle. Gets inside. Stop, pop, pull up from the elbow. Shot rims around the rim. No good. Spurs the other way. Here's Dylan Harper. Looking to work on Shamet. Sees a double. Comes off of it. Swing. Ends up in Champagnie hands, who drops it off to Keldon Johnson for a wide open layup in the middle of the lane. Knicks down 7. 98-91. Here's Brunson. Weaving. Looking to get inside. Step through. Right hand shot off the glass is no good, but it's cleaned up by Mitchell Robinson.
Resounding rebounding.
With the tip in. Here's Spurs the other way. Harper out to Wemby. Back out to Castle. Over to Harper. Long three-point shot is no good, and we'll get a foul on the play. And they'll call it against Robinson, as he was battling with Wembanyama that time, who was looking to post up And I don't see much of anything there, as San Antonio continues to get the benefit of the whistle. 24.7 boards and 5 assists for Wembanyama, shooting 10 of 15 from the field, at the line for 2. Free throw attempt is up and good. Put San Antonio out front, 99-93. 8:10 to go in the fourth quarter. Knicks down 6. Wembanyama taking his time at the line. Second attempt is up, and it's good. Substitution into the game, Anunoby replacing Mikal Bridges. Here's Brunson into the front court, and we'll get a whistle on the play. Knicks will maintain possession. Down 7. San Antonio at the century mark. Knicks with 93. Brunson inbound. Gets it into Mitchell Robinson. Back to Brunson. Brunson looking to penetrate. Gets Castle on his back. Whips a pass out to Josh Hart for a wide open right wing corner 3 is no good. Here's Castle the other way. Gets it to Wembanyama. Takes a deep 3. 28-footer is good. Count the basket and a foul. This time it'll be against Mitchell Robinson. Sending Wemby to the floor as he's on the floor clutching his back. And he'll go to the free throw line looking to complete a 4-point play as that basket puts the Spurs up 10. As we take a look at the replay, Robinson with the body contact contesting the 3-point attempt to no avail. Give Wemby 3 plus the and 1. He'll be at the line when we return. Be sure to hit that like button, Knickerbockerians. Subscribe to the channel. If you're just tuning in, you found Knicks on the Call, the number one place to be for live New York Knicks play-by-play. With me, your host, Severe Elder. Give me your score predictions right now. Knicks down 10 in this one. Let me know how you feel about it. Leave your comments below or tap in with me in the chat. Shout out to all my peoples tuning in on Twitch TV. This program is brought to you live by Selfie Cast Studio, streaming to YouTube and Twitch TV. You're rocking steady with Knicks on the Call. It's Game 3 of the NBA Finals. New York Knicks lead the series 2-0, with San Antonio looking to develop some kind of momentum, looking to steal one here in the Mecca. How will it unfold? The Knicks displayed on numerous occasions their ability to close the gap as they're trailing by 10 in this one. Wemby will be at the line when we get back to live action. As we get back to live action, that timeout was actually a challenge, as Mike Brown challenged that play and the call is overturned. We got a Keldon Johnson push into the back of Mitchell Robinson, which will negate the Wemby three-point play. Here's Brunson back to live action, penetrating inside, gets it to go.
Penetrating, creating.
Brunson cuts the lead to 5. 195 Spurs lead. That challenge on that play was pivotal to this possession, as Brunson drove it inside, got the Euro step with the layup on the inside, cutting the lead to 5. As San Antonio wants to talk it over, we'll get a word from our sponsors. You're rocking steady with Knicks on the call.
Severe Elder on the beats. Severe Elder on the beats.
You're now listening to Knicks on the Call with Severe Elder, brought to you by Selfie Cast Studio, a broadcasting company. You're now listening to Knicks on the Call with Severe Elder, brought to you by Selfie Cast Studio, a broadcasting company.
Severe Elder on the beats. Severe Elder on the beats.
All right, Knick fans, as we get back to live action, thank you for tuning in to Knicks on the Call, the number one place to be for live New York Knicks play-by-play. As San Antonio will have possession. Here's Harper. Staring down Anunoby. Gets it over to De'Aaron Fox. Back to Harper. Back to Fox. Long left wing three is no good. Battle for the loose ball, ends up out of bounds, and the Knicks will have it. With an opportunity here to cut into the lead, as Mitch Johnson looks like he might challenge this play. as the ball was tapped out of bounds. Clearly it's off of Wembanyama. And if Mitch decided to challenge this one, it was a bad challenge. He'll lose it, and Knicks will have possession after this short break. All right, Knickerbockerians, we have the official replay. Mark Davis on the call. Says there's an approximate foul. It'll be called on Karl Anthony Towns as both. Yeah, they got Karl Anthony Towns with the left hand on the hook. Hooking Wembanyama's arm. It'll be a successful Spurs challenge. Call is overturned. It'll send Wemby to the line for 2 free throws instead. Spurs up 100-95. 7:12 remaining in the fourth quarter. Wemby, first shot attempt is up and good. 101-95. Spurs lead. Both teams have 3 timeouts remaining. Wemby's second attempt is up, and it's good. Put San Antonio out front, 102-95. Here's Brunson. Looking to get it across the timeline. Working on Harper. On the floor with Hart, Towns, Anunoby, and McBride. Calls for a screen. Harper with the tight defense. Bounce pass over to Anunoby. Flip shot from the foul line. Anunoby gets it on the rim, and it goes in.
Rising and surprising.
Anunoby, give him 24. 8 of 10 from the field with 4 rebounds. Here's the Aaron Fox. Looking to work on Brunson. Inside, crossover, Euro step is good. As he blew by Brunson that time. Spurs lead 104-97. 6:18 remaining in the fourth. Here's Brunson, gets a Hart screen. Flips it over to McBride, who pulls up from 3-point land, no good, that time short. Harper the other way. Euro step inside is blocked at the rim by OG Anunoby with the superlative defense. Here's New York the other way. Karl Anthony Towns with a 29-footer, no good. Ends up in Brunson hands on the loose ball, and he flips it up off the banker and in. And count it and send him to the line for the 3-point play. As Karl Anthony Towns, 3-point attempt was short. Brunson gets the rebound, flip shot at the rim, taking it into the chest of Devin Vassell. Draws the foul, and he'll have the opportunity to complete the 3-point play. Give him 24 points, 4-5 from the line. Free throw is up and good. Cuts the lead to 4. 5:53 remaining in the fourth. 104-100 San Antonio. Here's De'Aaron Fox. Gets a lob pass to Wemby on the alley-oop. Tip-in is good. Keeps San Antonio up 106-100. Here's Brunson. Looking to work on De'Aaron Fox. Three-point line extended. Almost loses the ball. Stuck by the half-court line in the baseline. Throws the ball off for Sell. And out of bounds. And the refs say Knicks ball. As Coach Mitch Johnson for the Spurs points to his bench to overturn it, to no avail, as the Knicks get the inbound play and then they'll stop play as the referees have a confab. And Mike Brown can't believe it after the ball was inbounded. A lot of confusion on the court as they just stop the Knicks in the middle of a possession, as Mitch Johnson was trying to see if he can get a review look on the out-of-bounds play. And it looks like it'll stay with New York throughout the confusion. They award the basketball to New York. Shamet to inbound. Gets it inside Anunoby. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Anunoby, step back three, no good. Big rebound to Hart. Kicks it out to Shamet for a three-point basket, no good. Spurs the other way. Here's De'Aaron Fox looking to put pressure on the rim. Contested well that time by Karl Anthony Towns. Box out by Hart. Ends up in Brunson's hand. Back the other way, turns it over. Here comes the Spurs. Ball ends up in Wemby's hands, being guarded by Shamet. Inside, and he'll draw a foul, as he was dervish on that play. Spinning around, looking to penetrate on Shamet, and draws a foul. It will send Wemby to the line for two. 4:50 remaining in the fourth. Knicks down by 6, 106-100. Here's Wemby. Shot is up and good. Puts the Spurs back up by 7. Knicks can't seem to get a break, as the foul calls. The officiating in this one has been egregious, as New York has the home court advantage, being on their home floor, not getting the benefit of the whistle. As Wemby's second attempt is up and good. 8-point lead. Here's Brunson into the front court, gets it to Towns, back to Brunson, gets inside, penetrates. Shot at the basket is no good. Comes the Spurs the other way. Dylan Harper has it. Looking to work on Brunson. Switch off the Shamet. Spin around inside. Shot attempt is deflected. Out of bounds by the Knicks. Spurs will retain possession. And it'll be last touch by the Knicks with 10 seconds on the shot clock, as we get a timeout with 4:30 to play in this one. How will this one unfold? I want to hear you tell it, Knickerbockerians. Tap in with me in the chat. Let me know how you feel about this one. Knicks down 8. Will the comeback kids be able to pull off the impossible? Not getting the benefit of the whistle. To the naked eye, it would appear that they want this series to continue, as the Spurs are getting the benefit of the whistle on the Knicks home court. Let me know what you see or what you feel about this one, Knickerbockers. Hit that like button now and subscribe to the channel. As we look like we might have a challenge by Mike Brown on the out of bounds play. And from a look at the replay here, looks like it was last touched by Dylan Harper. And if so, the call should be overturned. And the referee is looking dead at it. So I'm not quite sure what he saw there. As we take a look in slow motion, the ball looks like it was clearly off the hands of Dylan Harper. But then at another angle, it looks like Anunoby might have got a finger on it, but I don't think so. Here's Mark Davis with the call. It is determined that the ball was last touched by Harper's left hand. The challenge would be successful. Knicks coach's challenge call is overturned. 4:25 remaining. In the fourth quarter, Knicks down by 8. That was a big challenge and a big call and a great call by Mike Brown. Both teams have two timeouts remaining in this one. Let's see if the Knicks can get a quality possession here as they look to inbound. Shaman into Josh Hart, looking to bring it across the timeline. Being guarded heavily by Castle. On the left wing, finds Shaman, cut into the basket. Swing pass, ends up in Karl Anthony Towns' hands. Swing pass ends up in Shaman hands, who tries to finger roll it and is blocked by Wemby from behind, who made up a lot of ground on that play to get the block on Shaman. Here's Fox, looking to penetrate inside, gets it to Wemby. Three-point attempt is up, front iron no good, rebound Harper. Gets it to Wemby, who penetrates inside and blows the left-hand bunny at the basket. Here's Brunson the other way, gets inside and he draws a foul. Send Brunson to the line for 2 as he picks up the foul on Stephon Castle. As we take a look at the replay on the Shaman finger roll. Great recovery by Wembanyama. Long arm of the law negates that shot attempt. Back to live action. Brunson at the free throw line. Shot is up and good. Makes it a 7-point game with 3:40 remaining. Plenty of time left in the fourth quarter. And we'll have a break in the action. Brunson to shoot the second shot when we return. You're rocking steady with Knicks on the call. All right, Knickerbockers, as we get back to live action. Brunson at the line. Give him 26 points and 6 of 7 from the charity stripe. Knocks down the pair. Here's San Antonio into the front court. Castle whips it over to Fox, penetrating inside. Great recovery that time by Anunoby. Gets a tie-up, and it'll be a San Antonio Spurs turnover. As Anunoby forced De'Aaron Fox into that turnover. Here's Brunson across the timeline. Sees Wemby, gets it over to Bridges, gets it right back, gets it back inside the Bridges, out to Cat, long range 3-point shot, rims in and out, no good. 108-102 Spurs lead, 2:55 remaining in the fourth quarter. Here's Castle, gets it out to Harper, swing pass to Vassell, 3-point attempt is no good. Rebound, Karl Anthony Towns.
Founding and astounding.
Big rebound that time. Gets it up court to Brunson. Brunson looking to work on Vassell. Crossover. Tries to get inside. Flips it out to Josh Hart. Back to Brunson. Pump fake. Inside the lane. Flip shot at the basket is no good. Battle for the rebound. Ends up in Karl Anthony Towns' hands, and it gets swatted from Karl Anthony Towns out of bounds. Great defensive recovery that time by the Spurs. As Castle blocked the Brunson attempt at the rim. Karl Anthony Towns came up with the loose ball, but it was swatted by Fox out of bounds. Knicks will have it. Brunson inbound to Towns, who takes it strong to the rim. And what should have been a foul is a no foul call. Claims the referee. Ball was knocked out of bounds. And Knicks will retain possession. Inbound pass. Brunson with 2 seconds. 1 second. Shot is up at the elbow. Fadeaway is good.
Rising and surprising.
We now have a clutch time, crunch time game. 4-point margin. 108-104, New York with 2:05 remaining in the fourth quarter. Here's Wembanyama looking to work on Towns. Between the leg dribble. Out to Castle. Deep three. 28-footer as the shot clock expired, and he nails it. Puts San Antonio up 111-104. Here's Brunson. Out the Bridges. Looking to penetrate. Almost loses the ball. 3-point line extended. DHO to Brunson. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Brunson has to make something happen. Out to Bridges. Corner 3-point shot is short. Great contest that time by Wembanyama. Spurs the other way. Here's Wemby. Back out to Castle. Giving out instructions. Knicks down 111-104. 1:14 remaining. Here's Castle. Looking to go to work. Kicks it out to Harper. Wide open three. Back iron, no good. Rebound, Josh Hart. Knicks looking to push. Time is dwindling. OG putting pressure on the basket. Gets inside for the strong right hand stuff attempt is no good. But it'll be a foul on Wembanyama as OG took it to the basket strong on that play. Leaving no doubt about the foul call as he took it strong that time. At the line shooting a pair. First free throw attempt is up, and it's back iron, no good. As the Spurs have a 111-104 lead, looking to steal game 3 at the Garden. Anunoby 6 of 8 from the charity stripe. Second attempt is up and good. 105-111. 6-point game. 59.6 remaining. Here's De'Aaron Fox. Gets it into the front court, being guarded by Anunoby. Trying to get the switch. Doesn't get the switch. Looking to penetrate. Kicks it out to Harper. Wide open corner three's no good. Great box out. Knicks rebound. Here's Brunson the other way. Looking to put pressure. Stop. Pops. 3-point attempt is good.
Rising and surprising.
As Captain Clutch cuts the lead to 3. Here's De'Aaron Fox. Staring down Anunoby. 10-second difference between shot clock to game clock. Knicks down 3. Fox looking to go to work. Pulls up at the free throw line area and he knocks it down. Puts San Antonio back up. 113 to 108 with 12.2 seconds remaining. As New York wants to talk it over. As De'Aaron Fox trying to come up clutch in this one. Gets the foul line jumper to go. It'll be Knicks ball. When we return, you're rocking steady with Knicks on the call. All right, Knickerbockerins, as we get back to live action. Knicks trailing on their home floor, 113 to 108. They'll have it with 12.2 seconds remaining. Let's see if something miraculous can happen. Hard to inbound, gets it to Anunoby. Takes a 3-point corner shot and it's good!
Rising and surprising.
OG Anunoby cuts the lead back to 2. Wow, what a basket! As he got it off the inbound possession. Wasted no time in the corner. Turned around and nailed down a pivotal corner 3-point basket, leaving 9.4 seconds remaining. As he was well defended by Dylan Harper, but he rose up and knocked it down in a clutch moment. As both teams each have one timeout apiece. San Antonio with a challenge. Both teams have no fouls to give. Mitch Johnson talking to his team, looking to draw up a play. If Knicks can get a stop here or somehow force a turnover, they'll get a chance to tie. At worst and at best, can win the game. Drama at its best. As the Knicks never quit, as they show grit and a lot of resiliency in this one. On the floor, Hart, Anunoby, Bridges, Townsend, Brunson. Spurs will have it. Side out. Let's see if the Knicks look to foul. Or will they pressure first? Gets it over to Fox, who flips it back over to Castle. And that'll send him to the line with 6.8 seconds remaining to go in the fourth quarter in this one. give him 21 points. Shooting 3 of 4 from the charity stripe. 81% from the line in these 2026 playoffs. Big free throws here. Pressure is on. How will he respond? First attempt is up, and it's good. Keep San Antonio up 3. 114-111. As he looks calm, cool, and collected. And we'll get a substitution. Mitchell Robinson into the game for defensive and rebounding purposes. 2-big lineup with Cat and Robinson both on the floor. Here's Castle's second attempt is up, and he splashes it. Puts San Antonio up 115-111. 6.8 seconds remaining in this one. As the Knicks are showing no quit. Use their final timeout. No fouls to give and no challenges. San Antonio has 1 timeout and 1 challenge remaining. As the Spurs, in my opinion, who's benefited from the whistle all night, is trying to close it out in Game 3. Knicks need to get a quick shot off, similar to the OG Anunoby 3 in the corner, where the play took about 2 seconds. 6.8 remaining in the game. Taking a look at the free throws in the fourth quarter. 10 shot attempts from the line for San Antonio. They've made all 10. 5 attempts for New York. They've made 4 out of those 5. As we get back to live action. Josh Hart looking to inbound. The Knicks run into play. Gets it inside the Bridges. Bridges turn around, 3-point heave. Back iron, no good. Ball is batted around. It'll stay with New York. It's only 2.1 seconds to go in this one, as the time is not on New York's side. 115-111, trailing by 4. Gets it in Anunoby. Another corner 3 up. Back iron, no good. And that's your ball game. As San Antonio come out the victors in this one. 115-111. Stealing Game 3 and just put themselves back into this series as they went on the road. We'll recap it when we return. You're rocking steady with Knicks on the call.
Severe Elder on the beats.
You're now listening to Knicks on the Call with Severe Elder, brought to you by Selfie Cast Studio, a broadcasting company. You're now listening to Knicks on the Call with Severe Elder, brought to you by Selfie Cast Studio, a broadcasting company.
All right, Knickerbockerians. Thank you for tuning in to Knicks on the Call, the number one place to be for live New York Knicks play-by-play with me, your host, Severe Elder. As we recap what just transpired in this one, the Spurs defeated the Knicks 115-111 here at Madison Square Garden, outscoring New York 28-22 in the fourth quarter. San Antonio finished shooting 46.4% from the field, led by a monster performance by Victor Wembanyama with 32 points, 3 blocks, and 8 rebounds, and 6 assists, as Castle chipped in with 23 points and 5 assists. The Spurs recorded 28 assists to 8 turnovers in this one, pacing their offense, as the Knicks, while rebounded 56-48, despite being powered by Jalen Brunson's 32 points and Anunoby's 28, but they committed 13 turnovers. As we take a look at the box score, once again, Anunoby gave you 28 points, 5 rebounds, and an assist, followed by Josh Hart, who gave you 16 points, 9 rebounds, and 5 assists, and Karl Anthony Towns, who had a pretty poor performance in this one, not up to his standard, as we've seen him throughout this series thus far. Only finished with 11 points, 8 rebounds, 1 assist, and 3 steals. Wasn't that poor of a performance, but it wasn't a great performance by him, as Jalen Brunson did his best, giving you 32 points, 5 boards, and 5 assists. And Mikal Bridges, who came up short in this one with 2 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists, as the Knicks really couldn't find what I thought to be a good flow due to bad officiating. But I don't think they'll look to that as an excuse of why they dropped this one. So the first thing I want to look at in this team comparison box score is the free throw disparity. So let's see if my eyes were lying to me as I take a look here. And San Antonio ended up at the line 32 times, took 10 more free throw attempts than New York did in this one, as they knocked down 25 of those free throws, as the Knicks only got 22 free throw attempts and knocked down 18. And despite shooting a higher percent from the free throw line, San Antonio got 10 more free throw attempts. So that tells me that my eyes weren't lying. What we witnessed tonight was a game that looked possibly rigged, as if they wanted everything to go the Spurs' way, and it did, as they got opportunity after opportunity, and the benefit of the whistle, and also the benefit of some bad calls in which Mike Brown had to call 2 challenges to get both plays overturned, as it was clear on who they wanted to be the victors of tonight's game. With a lot of high-profile people in attendance and ticket prices that were through the roof, the theme of the night will be how the Knicks got robbed by the officials in this one. We'll let the fans tell it. I want to hear you tell it. Leave it on scene in the comments below. Let me know how you feel about it in the chat, as the Knicks lose this game 115 to 111. As we take a look how both teams performed from behind the arc, it was pretty equal. 37 attempts for New York, 34 attempts for San Antonio. Knicks shot 13 out of 37. San Antonio 12 of 34. As the Knicks come in below 20 assists in this one. They've been successful anytime they can get their assist totals anywhere at 22 and above, as San Antonio won the battle in that category 28 to 18, outbesting the Knicks by 10 assists. And despite New York dominating the boards, out rebounding San Antonio 46 to 37, they come up short in this one. As we take a look at points off turnovers, Knicks had 7 to San Antonio's 21 points off of turnovers. A lot of those turnovers by the Knicks were foul calls, in my opinion, where they didn't get the benefit of the whistle. Very poor officiating. I'm sure you'll hear about it in all the post-game coverage and on social media. But they're not going to use that as an excuse, as they didn't complain during the game and still fought and showed a lot of grit and resilience in this one. But it's clearly they got robbed of this game. And San Antonio will come back to the Garden for Game 4, having stole Game 3, as the Knicks still lead this series 2-1. They're in a great position. They didn't play all that well, didn't get the benefit of the whistle, and still managed to hang on tight and keep this thing close after trailing by double digits early in the first half. But once again, I want to hear you tell it. Let me know how you felt about this one. As we take a look on the San Antonio side, Victor Wembanyama finishing with 32 points, 8 rebounds and 6 assists and 2 steals and 3 blocks, as he made his imprint felt all over this one. But there were some plays in this game, folks, that I'm sure the Knicks, either their front office or whoever's responsible for submitting the film to the league office, about some egregious calls that were missed. Whether it was the Wemby forearm and mush to the neck and head area of Jalen Brunson, down to the bulldozer run-throughs as if San Antonio was playing football out there, trying to tackle Knicks players to the ground. Either way, the officiating was egregious. And that's where we'll leave it on scene right there. If you're looking for post-game coverage, folks, be sure to check out the boys at KFTV. They'll have all the recap in what transpired in this one. So tap in with Alex Tretoros and CP the franchise. And be sure to check me out, folks, on the socials. Hit me up on Instagram at Knicks on the Call. Be sure to subscribe to this channel. Hit that like button, because your support keeps this broadcast going. This broadcast, once again, was brought to you by Selfie Cast Studio. You'll catch us here streaming Knicks games live to YouTube and Twitch TV. That'll do it for me, folks. I'll see you next time. It'll be game 4 back here at the Garden. We'll have an 8:30 tip as game 4 will be, let's see here, we'll have game 4 Wednesday, June 10th, 8:30 p.m. start, Wednesday, June 10th. And that'll do it for me, folks. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you next time. Keep rocking steady with Knicks on the Call.